Hello and welcome to Frank's School. I said I was finished with punctuation. I'm finished teaching it. I have a few more comments I want to make. First of all, you could call this an afterword, I suppose, if you wanted a Nachwort, I think you say in German. Test. How would you test punctuation? Well, what I did was I typed up that little story without any punctuation and ran it off and passed it out to the students, and I said, okay, punctuate that. And at the time, I think there were 110 marks that they had to put on there. You know, and of course it was hard to correct. I corrected it as a class because you could go crazy. Well, maybe at first I did it myself, but so hard to do. Michael Bruce Hernkane, a real good friend of mine, the best writer I ever personally knew. He was a teacher at the time, high school senior English, and he took it and got a B. He was mad. I remember I'm ready to back up every single mark with a rule, and if you have a different reference, you're not going to punctuate quite the same. But I do want to say that in a way, punctuation is like learning to play a musical instrument. If you learn the marks, they're so fun to use well. And as I said at the beginning of this section, the English spelling system has some real serious issues. And that's the reason that I've added into this an alternative spelling system to try to show that, in German. But not the punctuation system. I continue to be amazed at how good the punctuation system is. I even wanted to tell you, here comes the cat, I even wanted to tell you that a reason to write, I had once said, the fun of writing something is that you get to punctuate it. The fun of writing is getting to punctuate what you wrote. You know, if you get comfortable with it, then like playing a guitar. There's one of the fun of writing. All right, now, as an example of this, I wrote down a series of words here. I remember this all the way from back when I was maybe a 9th grader, if you can imagine. I never forgot it. That, is, that, is not, that, it is. That series of words makes perfect sense once it's punctuated. You know, and I think it was a sort of a game. The teachers gave out, all right, punctuate that. And I don't know if I figured it out or not. But watch. Capitalize that. That is. That is not, is not. Is not that it? It is. You could eat. Cat, we do this every. That is. it is. You could even do something like that if you wanted to. That is. That is not, is not. Is not that it? It is. So anyway, just to show you what a difference punctuation can make, you know, the pausing involved in speech, in language, and the intonation, inflection. I wanted to, Borg, I think maybe there's an E here, Victor Borg. I wanted to make sure you knew that, I don't know about that. He's from Denmark, Dane. I'm almost certain he must be now dead. He was very old already. But he was an entertainer, a fabulous concert pianist who then went to entertaining and in part of his concert. And one of the things that he did, I would say his most famous part of his concert, was his phonetic punctuation. I think I heard him do that live in Concord, New Hampshire when I was little. I'm pretty sure I heard him live and him do that. Well, it's on YouTube, of course, and you know, there's no duplicating Victor Borg. He's good at this. Question mark was something like or something. I can't do it. He was good. But anyway, right at the end of his spiel, he reads a story and does all the punctuating with his phonetics. The last words are the sound of his departing horse. And for a period, he was going or something like that. And as a joke, when he gets to that, at the sound of his departing horse, but then he stops and grins. Well, I didn't understand that as a kid, and I can remember asking my mother, why did everybody laugh? What was so funny? And she, who was born and raised part of her life on a farm, explained about a horse. When a horse suddenly runs off, he'll often make that sound. Well, and then I understood. And later on got to know horses and knew exactly what he was referring to. Well, back to Michael. I had one time been discussing this with him, I think, and I said, you know, when it comes to farting, horses, people can't hold a candle to a horse. Well, hold a candle is a way in English of saying you just can't match that. That light is so bright, a candle wouldn't even make a difference. It's an expression. But I found myself thinking of that because when Michael, he's not only a fabulous writer, he's also a fabulous cartoonist, although he never accepted that about himself. I have a lot of his cartoons. And when I had said that, his comment that people can't hold a candle to horses when it comes to farting, his comment was, why would they want to? And he also then went on to make the funniest cartoon, which if I can find it in the stuff, I might show it to you, because he took that I think you call that embedded metaphor and drew it in reality, and it had to do with burnt hair and burnt eyebrows. And all right, I don't know if you get that or not, but anyway, so we'll, I guess for now, or end my part on punctuation.